What's up, Jennifer? Yeah, I didn't know when I was gonna start. I was like, fuck, I'll just do it today. I'm already gonna be doing it anyway. I'm not gonna lie. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday are like my 3 big days that I look for this kind of stuff. Like I really don't like to look for it too much on Thursdays or Fridays. If anything, I look less, just because I feel like the setups aren't as great. I just feel like the beginning of the week for this kind of thing. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday for sure though. I definitely want to try to do these. We'll see though. I'll probably get tired and not do it every day, but I'll definitely try to do it a lot more though, because I don't mind these. First off though, we gotta do a couple things. I need to delete these watch lists first. Alright. I'm gonna do the IB one first. $49, Jesus. And then I try to just highlight all the inside bars from the watch list, down to ones that are like just around 1 million. So I'll probably go down to like Schwab. And I'll post that in the chat. Let me know if the music is too loud too. I'm pretty sure it's at a decent volume. If you can't hear it at all, then I'll turn it up. That is definitely an inside bar. Try to find like a notable one. Like UNH is kind of notable. Could take that for day trades too. TXN is notable. MMM. And then I got to delete that now. And then load the other one. First one's already kind of a hit. I feel like it's rare at the very first chart open is actually good looking. Google could be a good short swing down to the 242s. I say 242 because it's just above this. You don't want to go straight to the gap fill, but could be a good lower high retest here. From the high to the low, they've already rejected the 50% one day. Got kind of an outside bar on this day, so it's really just looking for a flush under this day's open right here. It's kind of the last meat of the bone holding it, which of course is where today's low is. They're actually bouncing on that the last 30 minutes. But that could be a good watch. It's already a decent one. actually gonna post them to my channel as I go, so I don't forget. Goog's gonna be, of course, the same. They're the same chart, just one has voting rights, one doesn't. I don't want to trade Chipotle, but I'm not gonna lie, that looks really good for short-term upside potential. You got a lot of just, I bet there's like an empty shelf just sitting here of volume. That could be a good future watch too. I'm not the biggest Chipotle trader, but that's not a bad watch. I'm not gonna be surprised if we see like a hammer on energy stocks tomorrow, like lower open, dropped, pick back up end of day, middle day kind of thing. I can see a lot of our energy charts doing that tomorrow just based on the trend we've seen. Why is it doing that? Oh, because I clicked off. APH isn't a bad one. Could swing NASDAQ. Tech looks like it's going up. And that's kind of it. I kind of just go through that, and then I go to this list. No, not that list. This list. I go through these, kind of the same method. Some of them will have my day trading levels, so they're kind of hard to look at, but you're mainly just focused on the recent few candles. See anything particular, like last week, we were talking about watch for Meta under 769, and then we got a really big day. Like, sometimes it doesn't have to be a swing. It could also just be like, I could watch for this to keep going down tomorrow. I just need to watch under this level. You know, give yourself that trigger, and you can use the daily to do that. I just need to do a new one on this one. Nap hit. Nvidia trying to hold today as well. TTD rocket today. Yeah, TTD is a banger. I posted that last week. Just gonna mark all time high. Oh, oops. Just gonna mark all time high. I think you're gonna see some late bloomers on Tesla, but I'm pretty sure this is tapped out for now, and then we'll see some more soon. But that's probably tapped out for now. Berkshire Hathaway looks like it wants to go up. Netflix is an outside bar on the daily at a pretty big support. Home Depot could be seen as a bear flag going down. Lower high retest. Cat, kind of the same look. There we go. There's another one that looks like it wants to tumble down. Avgo. I don't know if I'd trust shorting Avgo as much as I would that Google setup that we looked at, but this one's pretty good too. I didn't even see stuff. He came back down. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What did I just see there? Okay, that has to be a daily demand I drew. Oh no, maybe it's weekly. Yeah, it is weekly. Might be a good spot to start looking for liquidity grabs on at Costco to go back up. Kind of sucks that it had mixed in with earnings a little bit too. Kill off some of the IV. Costco needs to be on a watch list too. We need to keep Costco on watch. Or maybe that's what I'll do. What was the one I just charted? Fuck. Oh, that's right. Did Bull hold up at all today? Yeah. Another sandwich candle. Gotta love that. What chart did I just say that about? That one's on the tip of my tongue too. I got like 2 charts stuck in my head right now. Oh yeah, the Chinese charts too. I would leave these the F alone. They look like really good shorts, but they'll probably gap up and then pull back. So it screws both sides. Oh, Costco. Why couldn't I remember that? Here's Oklo. This is the one that Sand Dollar literally cannot lose on. Maybe I should put that on that list too. Yo, lag, guess what I had for lunch? I'll give you a hint, they're not open on Sundays. The Lord's chicken, damn right. Got me a spicy chicken sandwich. Got some of that honey roasted barbecue sauce. Dip it in, you know. I won't lie, this UNH chart's pretty enticing. The more I stare at it, the more I don't hate it. That could also be a problem. Not a bad inside bar, though. I gotta add a UNH to that stupid list. Yo, be real. Can you even hear the music? Oh yeah, Hymns doing really freaking good. And they're above the gap halfway point, so they honestly, probability says they should go to 63s. Music is fine? Okay. Thank you for helping me. I was tripping out there for a second. Is that another freaking IB? It is. AMGN. MPC coming back. See, that looks like a beautiful pattern. If it was under the 9 with like that much room to the 21, I would be posting a contract this very second. That's not set up yet though. Some of them are like good setups that just aren't in the right spot. And you just gotta bite your tongue on some of those, man. Sometimes you force it and sometimes it works out. But a lot of the time it doesn't. See, like, that's not bad. Like last week I was talking about I wanted to see MSTR reject this, and then it went above it, and then we got a liquidity grab, and then we got this hammer under the 9 with nothing under it. It's like, okay, well, that's an easy short. Now, I wouldn't say we're going to go down that far. I would have said, like, let's see if it breaks this or not, you know? Opened entirely under it. So at that point in time, you would have been given full confidence that you at least get some move down. I wouldn't have said 300, but still, really good example there of just like a good place one. And even right here is honestly not bad. Inside bar breakup. Now, I don't know if I'd take this by itself, because that literally is by itself. You could even argue, well, hold up, it's a break and retake, but it literally just did that here. So you're like whipsawing now. So yeah, I don't know if you want to like start taking. That's like a 50-50 trade, but that's a good example if you isolate it. That's not a bad one. A little pricey too. I don't know if I could even post MSTR. It's a bit expensive. And then like examples like Lyft. Like these are a little bit riskier too. I posted this in premium with 2 different cons, but it was just like it's rejecting a pretty big historical level. Hold up here. Come on. It's like freezing on me. Dude, I'm clicking the wrong one every time. I shit you not. There we go. So I just marked that gap, the halfway point of the gap, and then I just marked the top of this. I didn't mark the exact gap, just because I thought it was interesting that they had a little bit of a buyer there, and then they came back up to it almost. And so you can see that's 30, 26, 22. So 30, 26, 22. So they pretty much went up to like where they've been rejecting. Like we know that when they touch this, we know that they reject it. They opened above it that day, broke down, held back up into day, had a higher open even. So they had some pressure here to like work back up, failed again. And then everything under this was just an obvious bear signal, but you don't have room. Like we shorted this into the 9, but it's not like we can sit here and be like, oh, this was a huge trade. Like it was an all right trade. It was a good methodical trade, but I'm not going to sit there and be like, that was a big one. Like really the ideal setups you want are under this with room to this, you know, but sometimes it takes other price action or other context to get that first. But that was a good example too. And yeah, I'm just trying to stack up our little watch list first, and then we can just continuously backtest and go through those a few times. Herd the cattle, and then process the cattle. I don't know how else to put that. Holy shit, Robinhood. Can Webull do that? Can we get some Webull momentum like that? I have to constantly remind myself where this even is on the chart, because this chart has had some history. I think one of my favorite CEOs is definitely the Cleveland Cliff CEO. What's up, Data J? How you doing, man? Just trying to get some setups collected and thrown into a tinier watch list, and then I'm going to go through that watch list. I might have to run this. Oh, Starbucks, too. Starbucks is in a good spot. Starbucks. Already added Costco. But Costco's not going to be something we take today. That's just something that we should have in the back of our minds. Damn, a second stream. I said I was going to do one. I just didn't know if it was going to be today or not. I have to cut it early before market close, though, to go help pick up my dog. So, she'll be out of her surgery. Or she's already out of surgery. She's in recovery right now. Called and got that update. My puppy. Right now, I'm just going through some setups, trying to find a... Oh, I was about to say that looks good, but then I realized we already have that marked down. I really want to add Home Depot to the list, but I don't want to trade Home Depot anymore. I feel like my win rate on Home Depot is subpar. I need to add AMD to that list. That's what we need to do. And then I need to run the scans one more time just to make sure I don't miss anything. 'Cause sometimes I do a scan and then 30 minutes go by and then more results pop up. Google being one of them. Which, it begs the question, if Google goes down more, will Meta also follow? So Meta could be a good backup watch if Google does dump and you didn't get to jump in it. Just because those are in the same sector. Not always following each other, but they do a lot of the time. Alright, now we gotta delete this watch list and run it again, because it doesn't update live. I'm gonna run the IB one first real quick. Again. Come on. Okay, it's still 49, so we don't need to redo it. It's fine. Pretty sure that's the same watch list, but we'll throw it back on. Yeah, it's like the same list. Yo, have a good day, y'all. You too, Dividend. Thanks for showing in here and popping in. He works night shift, so he like monitors chat, but he can't always be in chat. Have you heard of Fermi? It's a Texas-based energy company. They have IPO this week. I'm gonna be honest, I don't think I have. Till you. I'll look it up though. Wait, is this the one that has AI involved? I saw this somewhere online, though. I did not hear this from anyone. Besides you just now, of course. Let's see. It is the AI one. One of you said it, or I heard about it from something. But yeah, I have heard of this, actually. Yeah, this is the energy company that has AI involved. And it's Texas. How's everyone doing today? Doing alright, man. How are you doing? I dropped my dog off to get spaded or whatever you call it. And I gotta go pick it up from recovery in like an hour. I have to leave here in like an hour. So I can still stream for a bit. I'm trying to find a swing setup, but I'm not rushing. FIPO, I gotta send you this meme someone just made and sent me. And it regards the video you linked to me earlier. I sent someone that I'm friends with that video, and he made a meme out of it. He made another one's pretty good. Let me know that when that comes out, Data J. I'd love to know how that does, because that actually sounds like a promising one compared to like some other IPOs we've seen. Probably gonna get some hate, but GME's gonna make some money. I mean, dude, I'm gonna be honest with you. You will not hear hate from me if someone gives me like if you're like, yo, I'm going for this and I think it's gonna do that. Like, that's awesome. You have a condition set up. Good for you. But I don't think you'll get much hate in here. Just don't come in here and be like, dude, GameStop is the next cancer curing stock, ever. Like, I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but I don't think you'll get hate in here. We call them meme stocks, but I don't think most people in my group mean it in like a hateful way. Where is GME? Let's take a look at that. Since someone brought it up, let's just take a look. Why the F not? GME is part of most of our childhoods, We could probably ignore the left side of that. Okay, I don't need to be on the monthly. I'm realizing that now. I don't even need to be on the weekly. Alright, something to work off of. Here we go. A gap. Oh, fuck that one up. I mean, it is above a gap 50%. It's already done a break and retake. So, I mean, it has liquidity. That's like building energy right here to move up more. So, I mean, it does have the chance of going up more, yes. I'd say like 28.50s, 29, maybe even 30, so you have like a whole number there. But that's not the worst. I'd say like 30 is a good psychological number to have in your head. But definitely keep in mind this gap close here, because a big popular thing to do when they go up, like with this kind of momentum here, is they'll do the same thing they did right here. You can see them probably going over it a little bit, and then they'll probably come back down and do the liquidity grab to make people think, oh, it's not going up anymore. And that's exactly when they retake it again and consolidate. And that's how you get consolidation. But honestly, that's probably the most, like, logical-looking GME setup I've seen in years. So I can't hate on that. All their warrant stuff going has some... I don't even know about that. Let me know about that. What is that? I'll look it up, too, but... Give me a TLDR. We'll never hate the meme stocks. If it wasn't for them, I would never have gotten so deep in... Yeah, dude, that's another big thing, too, is the exposure meme stocks gave to the stock market. Like, I mean, there were a lot of people who didn't give a shit about this market, and all of a sudden, just bam, bam, bam. And from my POV, I see Discord groups popping up left and right, but there were a lot of new investors, so, I mean, that's not bad. Oh, you have some big position. You have a long position. Okay, okay. Like a deep long position. And you're already up. Okay, so you're actually like someone who's buying low. At the very least, if you're going to trade something like this. But yeah, I mean, you're not going to get hate. You can share that all you want, dude. Just don't come in here and say stupid shit. But you didn't do that, so you're fine. Let me know about this warrant stuff. I need a TLDR on that. We'll never hate the meme. Yeah, I already read that. Yeah, my dog's got a... Yeah, we snipped. She's fine, though. I gotta go pick her up in a little. I do miss her. The house is genuinely, like, kind of depressing and quiet without her. We have a little bell on her, because when she was really little, she'd, like, disappear, and we wouldn't know where the fuck she went. So we put a bell on her, and it's kind of quiet when you don't hear that bell. But it's also a little sad now. They're doing warrants 1 to 10 buyable until damn. Let me look this up. No, not General Motors. Chill out. Okay, I need to actually type out GameStop because Google's brain dead. Can you link me something or tell me where to look at for this? I can't even find anything on this. I am also just on surface level Google, so I'm not saying it isn't out there, I just can't find it. Well, at least it has something going for it, if that is true. That's pretty cool, though. Let me just type in what you said then. Maybe that'll pop up. Oh, yep, there it is. Alright, it is true. Man, I haven't been into GameStop in forever. Do they sell trading cards? If trading cards are sold in GameStop, I mean, I would assume they are. That's pretty big because the trading cards have gotten pretty big over the last years, and I could literally see trading cards continuously growing over the next few. It's pretty cool. As of their fiscal year, they have 8.7 billion. Am I reading that right? Cash on hand. 8.7 billion. They got 8.7 billion because they don't pay anybody for their games. You bring back like an old console, they're like, here's 10 bucks. Best I can do. Best I can do is a piece of a rubber band. It's like those memes, but that's funny. That's a lot of cash on hand, though. I mean, I'm assuming they can make some fuck. I don't know what their debt looks like. I haven't looked at anything like that because I truly don't take GameStop as like a serious thing I look at, just because it does kind of. Most people don't listen, so they think like, oh, he's just doing it because it's a meme stock. He thinks it's gonna pump. Like, no, dude, those days are over. Those gamma squeeze days are over for that stock. But I don't mind people sharing like actual setups like you did. But that's kind of cool. It actually has some catalyst momentum potentially picking up for it. Almost no debt? Damn. Yeah, well, looks like they're in a pretty good spot. Yeah, they're selling power packs, and every time pre-release they sell out. Jesus. Okay. I can speak firsthand on that. The trading cards are definitely going to keep growing over the next few years. If you've seen like Japan's market, you'd be amazed at how early the markets are for the rest of the world still. Japan is like patient zero for trading cards. So yeah, if GameStop has that, that's crazy because I don't see why they wouldn't be killing it. Plus, I've seen how much people pay for that kind of shit. It's pretty crazy. Then again, people pay a bunch of money for video games too, so to each his own. Okay, Sinful has successfully blown my mind. Alright, and good looks, Blake. Not gonna lie, good looks. See, that's the kind of shit you got to bring to the table. You're not the average GameStop enjoyer. The average GameStop enjoyer would not type half of anything you just said. They would have came in here and spammed GME, GME, GME. Make sure y'all watch GME. It's gonna pump. It's gonna pump. And that's all they would have said. And you could trust me on that because I was literally streaming years before and years after the whole meme bullshit. So there were some streams where there were some spammers for sure, and it had no. There's no context. I mean, there was no like belief behind it. It was just pumpers, but you can't put yourself in the same circle as those people. You came in here with some actual context. Those people wouldn't. They would just spam, spam, spam. So good on you. It amazes me when people do that too, because it's like, dude, you're probably a chill person. You just are choosing not to be. Blake here, though, he's chill and he chose to be. Just kidding. Buy that shit, everybody. Pump, 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 pump. How's my baby doing? She's doing good. Now, why does Target look more enticing every time I check it? Is it just because it's so low that I like it like that? I feel like this daily chart's a fake out for this chart right now. Because when you look at it backed out, it's like, oh, okay, wait a minute. I mean, it's a big area to hold. It's a historical higher low. This might be the higher low of the chart. And it's in that area. It's under it. So if we do get any kind of break above 90s in the next couple weeks, this could be seen as a liquidity grab, which leads it into the hundreds to get in. So, and that's on the weekly. That's the weekly. Target's not a bad one though, but I put it in there with like Costco though. Like I fucking love Costco. Trading it, that is. I don't really trade Target. I'm more investing in Target. But Costco, man, that options chain is fucking nutty. But I gotta keep that on the watch because it's not really any context we can go off of here. It's just in a valuable spot. It's just one good thing. We need a couple good things. Oklo, we got here out of respect for Sandollar because he calls it out 600 times a month. And he almost never loses, so we're going to keep that on watch. Just out of respect, and so I could probably try to catch the next one with him. Wink, wink. UNHIB on the daily, and it's trying to hold the 8 EMA, which could be seen as a short-term dip buy. Honestly, though, you probably want to micromanage this. I would draw from low to high, and then low to high again. I mean, high to low. I'm speaking backwards. Okay, so it's like right here. Tiny, tiny area, but that's generally what decides direction for this chart short term. The more you're under this, the more the bears can pick up on that. If they can retake this, I mean, honestly, tomorrow, or even the next day, Wednesday, any price action above that would be a good sign. And any short-term loss of 8 EMA, you probably got to start looking for that low to start breaking next. But that's how you would micromanage that kind of setup. Because you got your lower high here, you got another lower high here, but people ignore that it's literally on an uptrend. So it's actually higher, low, higher, low. When you zoom in, it's like, oh my god, dude, I'm going to short the shit out of this. And then you're like, wait a minute. And you're like, wait a minute. You know, so zooming out a lot helps. It also helps when you have like short-term triggers, like, oh, I like this. As long as it's above that, I like doing this or doing that. You know, you got to have something set. Or you're just going to be shotgunning every chart. And honestly, Starbucks looks good for upside. I know we just shorted it a couple weeks ago, but it already looks good for more upside again. We might have to double dip. And then there were a bunch of stuff posted in the... Did anyone notice what the thumbnail was for the stream? Or what the background was, at least. There's Clar. Always got Clar on watch. Damn. Sometimes I like to scan it again just to see if I can get another pick. See if there's anything new. Google seems to be the main setup. Google, Starbucks. I guess I can go through a couple of these again. Qualcomm already did its move. Like, that's another thing about this too. Is like sometimes you just miss the timing. UPS shares are pretty enticing too. I don't know what this is. Chain's not bad. Why is this so affordable? Spread somewhat open the closer you get. APH, I think I'm going to put on that list. I don't know if I'm going to trade it, though. But I would genuinely like to see how that plays out. Whatever happened to APPH? Are they even on the stock market anymore? Nope. What was the other one from way back in the day? It was APPH and blank. Dude, I have the chart in my head, but I cannot, for the love of anything, remind myself what ticker it is. Oh, rest in peace. Whatever happened to App Harvest? I gotta look that up now. App Harvest went bankrupt in July 2023 due to financial challenges, including slower than projected sales, higher than expected costs, and a significant liquidity crisis. The company's ambitious plans for high-tech indoor farming in eastern Kentucky led to significant debt, and its operations and greenhouses were sold off to other companies and investors as part of the restructuring process. Holy. A partnership, and this was also another SPAC, joined the stock market, and shareholder allegations of fraud also contributed to its downfall. Damn, dude, we need a Netflix special on this. Can I get a Netflix documentary of the App Harvest downfall? Bro, that other ticker's in my head. It's like B something. B blank blank blank. BHIL. Holy shit, I remembered it. Benson Hill. Dude, every time I look at this chart, it looks just like this. We traded it way the F back here. No, that's a lie. Oh, no, they did a... I see. I see now. They did that. That's why the numbers are different. They did a split. I was like, why are the numbers all fucked up? This is definitely where we traded it. This is a pretty historic rounding bottom that I got to cover. Well, where'd it go? There it is. We traded this. Can you believe that? Not up here. We traded it like somewhere around here to like here. And that was it. But that it was not this cost. This number divided by 35 or whatever that split said. Yeah, 35. Yeah, documentary. I mean, they do documentaries like that. Maybe they don't name him how I just named it, but they should do it. Or maybe I should do a documentary on App Harvest downfall. Do like a movie level video. Take 6 months to edit it. $2,000 to edit it and fucking get it going. Offer a company nobody gave a shit about. But that's pretty crazy. I wonder how interesting that story gets, because It went from like, oh, they didn't have money, and then I started reading more, and it was like fraud and this and that. It's like, huh? What the hell happened here? This went from indoor farming in Kentucky to, wait, there's fraud? Pretty big upscale there. I like how I said I wasn't going to talk as much in this stream, and I still talk just as much. We got everything we need to get done, though. Some days are going to be not as active as others. Like, honestly, today seems like a lot of things are setting up. And then tomorrow we might have like 8, 9, 10 different charts that we want to get into. And then the next day it might be like 0. Just how it is sometimes. How was everybody, though? I know it wasn't that long ago I ended the other stream. I think it was like an hour or so went by, like an hour, 2 hours maybe. How was everybody's day? So far, for anybody who's just now getting in here or just now clicking in, we went through just the inside bar scanner, and then we went through my EMA scanner a couple times, which kind of filters out a couple extra things because I don't like to see a million things pop up in my results. Well, most of the time get just super liquid stocks that are also optionable. But I don't aim for the entire stock market because that's just insane. You'll end up getting into stocks that aren't liquid enough to trade. And then we look for just short-term swings in them. I've been posting short-term swings in my chat for years. Kind of took a big break, and then here recently I picked it back up again. Past, I think, 3 weeks now. This will be like our 3rd or 4th week I've been doing it again. Just gotta be patient. Some weeks too, I swear, like last week, I found like 6 or 7 like super solid setups. We took like 3 of them. Week before, I found like 50. I had to like calm myself down and like try to really pick and choose which was which and which ones we wanted to be a part of. Because there's just sometimes like the whole market looks like the same setup, and then it's almost like, wait, do I even want to take this? That's another thing too, is I hate when I find a good setup and then I go across every daily time frame and they all look like that, and it's like, okay, well, I can't take this now. Maybe it's a sign the whole market is about to do that. Maybe it's a big fake out, who knows, but not a great sign. My day was good, enjoying hearing your voice. You're too kind. You're too kind. Good man. Off today, so I'm chill. Oh, nice. You're just chilling then. Those no liquid contracts. So I know y'all know what I meant too when I said that, because we've all done that in our time. If you've ever traded options, you've definitely done it at least once where you're probably just curious about something. Maybe you saw a stock you liked or something, took an option on it, and then maybe you were up. Maybe you were down and you went to go sell it, and it's like not trying to sell for that price. That's because it's not liquid. Maybe you didn't get filled. It's like, yeah, you're not trading something that has people trading it. So, very important detail to learn over time. But I know if most people in here have traded options, they know that feeling. What the hell? It's going up. Why am I not making money? I was up and I sold 4 for the same price I bought it. It really be like that, though. Honestly, that's not bad, though. Because that was like a good lesson you learned. You learned what no liquidity felt like, and you didn't get cut. I mean, you probably lost a little money to, like, contract buying and selling, but that's, like, pennies. Pennies in the grand scheme. But yeah, that's definitely a lesson learned. Honestly, man, I miss the days when, like, every stock was trying to be, like, $1,000 a share. Amazon, Nvidia, Apple, Tesla. I mean, dude. Especially when Amazon was pushing to $3,000 a share. Man. Ever since those splits, it just hasn't been the same. It is funny how that works, though. Everybody buying it up after the split, just because it's the cheaper looking number, has nothing to do with the actual performance. It works though. Nvidia's done it, Tesla's done it, Apple's done it, Amazon's done it, and all successfully. Some of them more than once. Some of them more than 3 times. It's funny how that works. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of want to short Google, but then there's that part of me that's like, but wait, the market looks like it wants to be going up. So that might not be the best play to be looking at. Speaking in terms of SPY, I'll just mess up the lag to death chart. Speaking in terms of SPY, I don't really even need to look left, really. All we've really had is just one pullback. And since then, this is why I was talking about this, because everybody was so worried about us breaking down more. In the chat, we talked about, well, what if we don't break this hammer and this hammer? You know, we should probably bounce and go back up. That's exactly what happened. So now we're on a part of the chart where we're resting just under all-time high after bouncing in a bullish fashion. I'll just mark this with real levels. I don't even know why I do that. Kind of like the bottom of those 2 candles, really. As like an area of, if we hold this, we should keep going up, kind of thinking. Now we're like in the middle of everything. We're more to the higher side, if anything. So we're in a part of the chart where I'm not really surprised we want a gapped up small body candle, because we're kind of in the middle of everything, and bulls are definitely in control. So you're not going to get that kind of massive day on that. But, and maybe not tomorrow even, but maybe even Wednesday, you could have a really big single directional day. So based on this, I mean, if we don't get any crazy open tomorrow, you should get like a lower open or a flat open, and it goes down and tests this EMA as well as this area here, maybe. I would also mark this day as 50%. I don't know. Why do I keep doing that, dude? I just love drawing. What is with me and draw? I'm like a child when it comes to charts. 660.13. I was 1 cent off. How dare I? So on like a macro kind of things, like on the bigger time frame, this is what you're looking to keep holding to keep remaining bullish, right? If we see any kind of break of this or any rejection up here, this can be where we're thinking. This is where we focus on for short-term direction. So, and then the 50% on the micro side of things on your smaller time frames. I mean, I'm showing it on the daily because it's just a little easier to look at. But if we get any kind of pullback today, I mean, not just today, but tomorrow, Wednesday, this is most likely where you want to go and look towards for short-term direction. Because if they come down here, you got to remember why, I guess I'll go backwards. Why am I marking the 50% of this day? Why am I saying this is important? Because this is where we bounce. This is where we came down, we bounced, and this is the day that kind of said, yeah, we're above the EMA again. We're above this area that says we're bullish or bearish. So this is kind of like our trigger level. This is our trigger candle. This is our candle that kind of tells all. Right, so we really need to get context from here, but also in the mindset of knowing that, oh, I guess I could do it the other way, that we are still above 50% of this move, right? And if we draw our backwards fib, which we can finally do, if we do happen to keep going up, we do have a big area to look towards. It's not just 670, 672. We have an exact level that we could head towards because of this pullback now. So that was kind of needed for both directions, really. So you got some macro thinking here. We're bullish as long as we're above this, and you got some micro thinking. If we do pull back Tuesday or Wednesday, which a lot of people in the market are going to start alluding to, because every time we have a red candle near all-time highs, oh my God, we're going to pull back 15%. Feed off of that. That's literally what's going to fuel the continuous higher lows until something changes. What is that? You need to have that condition set. I just went over mine, so have yours. This is mine. If this ends up breaking, or I get some lower highs up here and it looks ugly, I can target this area. If this breaks, I can start to understand from a logistical point of view, yes, it should be pulling back. But until then, I don't see why we should be sitting here fearing pullbacks. We can have them in the back of our head, sure, but we shouldn't be fearing pullbacks. I think people are going to feel that fear today, but also tomorrow. If we get a day like today, tomorrow, you're going to definitely feel that fear, and you're going to probably see a lot of people going, oh, things are going to pull back, things are going to do this, things are going to do that. That's going to be the time when it starts going up again. It's going to literally use that as fuel. If you a child, I'm an infant. I don't know why I do that. I do it every time too, every stream. I'll sit here and try to like draw shit. I'm like, wait a minute, what am I doing, dude? Just draw a level. Like, have it set in stone, dude. What are you doing? I got Jiminy Cricket on my shoulder telling me I'm schizo. But yeah, so that's kind of the thinking. Let me know what you guys think if you have anything else outside of that. That's kind of the breakdown for me on SPY. It's a little bit different for Triple Q and IWM. Actually, Triple Q is going to be more like SPY than anything, but IWM is going to be a little different. Actually, I changed my mind. They're all the exact fucking same. Let's just chart them all up. I'm going to do the backwards fib. The reason I go backwards when I do this instead of this way is because I'm using it for forward targets. So I don't know if I'd sit here and be like, oh, mark that 50%. That's not really what I'm doing it for. I'm doing it for the dotted lines in case we do make new highs. Which in IWM's case, I don't think you need to do that. And then Triple Q. And the reason I said that for IWM is because I think you have historical levels there. Where on SPY and Triple Q, I think we're at all-time highs. So there's a bit of a difference on those. So you can make it a little easier for yourself when you break things down like that. And like I did with SPY too, on any chart you're looking at, like you're not really just looking at what if it keeps going up. Talk about what it needs to hold to keep going up. Right? That's what I did last week in chat because I wanted people to not be scared that this should still keep going up until this breaks. Until this breaks. And we did. They brought some fear into the market. They dipped it. So there was definitely a good reason for people to be like, oh shit, it could pull back. It almost did. Good pull up though. There's no reason to see any pullbacks in the market yet. No news has changed on the macroeconomic field. So, I mean, there's no real reason to be sitting here thinking, oh my God, interest rates this, Jerome Powell, Trump. None of that's changed. Nothing's changed. Interest rates got cut and there's another cut coming before the end of the year. That's not changed yet. Which I do recommend anybody who's kind of more interested in that to go check out the Jerome Powell stream we did do, because I did a lot of breakdowns on that. On kind of what thinking should bring what kind of movement in the market. If this happens, what should happen. Just thinking, speaking more to the high probability side of things. Not really sitting here being dead set on just one or the other happening. FIPO, did G2 just lose? No fucking way. They did just lose. Oh my God. You can't make this stuff up, man. I don't know what this is. I know it's NASDAQ, but I have never seen this chain before. But it doesn't look bad chart-wise. NASDAQ pull up. One second, I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. The more I look at Google, I want to short it. The more I look at Avgo, the more I want to short it. Why do I keep doing this to myself? There we go. Starbucks, longs look good. Avgo, Google shorts look good overnight, of course. I'd be a fool if I was to sit here and be like, AMD, Nvidia longs still look good, but they do. But that could just be because of the hype they had from today. And then I don't know what this company is. Their chain looks fine. But this setup looks good as well. Towards like 119. That blue EMA. I mean, really what you're aiming for is like the bottom of these two candles here. Because it'll probably break that, dip and hold it. Or just fall through it, who knows. But yeah, there's some decent setups there. Let me know if you guys have any favorites or what. I think I'm going to post Google. I'm also not 100% sure about Google because XLC itself just looks like it's overbought. I wouldn't say it looks like it needs to pull back. And then Meta kind of did the pullback for the whole sector, so it's not like Google needs to follow this up. The hell was that noise? Sound like a rock just hit my window. Probably that damn squirrel. My puppy keeps taking all the squirrels and like acorns and shit. Do y'all have any dogs that eat acorns? I swear my dog loves to take acorns from the squirrels. I even make jokes about the squirrels dying in the winter because of my dog. Gemini is killing them with those AI generated pics. Oh, dude, you're not lying. You know what? I'm just going to post Google. I actually really like this setup. I don't know if I like the market with this setup, but I like the setup. So it will be a bit riskier. But the nice thing about this is there's a lot of really good options on this chain. Like 237.50 or 240 same week. I think I'm gonna go with 237.50, so it's on the cheaper side. What was I saying? Yeah, 1134. That looks good. Why is that song stuck in my head? Honestly, that looks like a pretty good stop loss. 246. Oh, it'd probably help if I posted the chart with it, wouldn't it? Oh, I got it for $1 cheaper. Cool. Cool for me, dude. Alright, that one is posted. And I gotta check out Starbucks, man. And I had to check what sector that was in. I almost forgot. But then I thought about it for a second, turned my brain on, I was like, wait a minute, that's discretionary. How many people in here buy Starbucks? We're not exposing, I just want to know. How many people we got in here who drink or go to Starbucks? I can't even tell you the last time I've been there. Your dog is killing generations of squirrels? Yeah. Poor squirrels' kids won't even live to see the next winter. Because my dog's eating all their acorns. We had to get her this thing that puffs around her neck so she doesn't mess with like where they did the surgery. Or whatever. Or she doesn't mess with it. The donut thing. So we got her a soft one that looks like a lion's mane. So she'll look like a lion. She's gonna look really cute. Haven't been to Starbucks in maybe 5 years. Yeah, I'd probably have to put a couple years on it too. I genuinely don't remember. I don't even remember when it was, but I know that I've definitely been to a Starbucks. I was just gonna ask, are they still kind of popping? Because for the longest time, it just felt like every time you went in one, there was a fuck ton of people in them. I wouldn't be surprised if they still were, to be honest. It's Starbucks. Our society is it. Honestly, I hate when people say just Americans, because there's a lot of like rebranded Starbucks all around the world, and every country's addicted to them. Even Russia has an illegal Starbucks. So, I don't want to hear the American part of that. Every country's addicted to the coffee companies. Minnesota, however that's spelled. Close enough, man. You got it. I could read it still. That's definitely pretty far off. I can actually teach you a really easy way to remember how to spell Minnesota, because there used to be a game people would play like after school, and you'd like write on this board, and they literally drew like, you know, like a Coca-Cola can. They drew like a mini one, so it was a mini soda, except you don't spell Minnesota mini soda. Minnesota. But no, you got the point across. Starbucks, though, not a bad setup. I'd probably go for the October 17th, since they're still kind of warm right now, just because it's the third week. I like to look at where's the target area. It's around like 87s. And 87's not far out of the money, so it's not really bad con. A lot of open interest on 90. Yeah, 87 wouldn't be a bad call for October 17th. Now, the only thing I don't like about setups like this, though, and that's why sometimes you'll see me hesitate on them, where it's busting through both of these and it looks like it's just a higher low about to explode more. A lot of the time, you are correct on that it is going to keep going up. You just might be off with your timing. A lot of the time, I like to wait. A lot of the time, you can either go from the low to the high of that candle, or you can just go from that candle's low. But either way, your 50% of both of those are going to be kind of between like here and here. And you're going to be kind of in the mindset of like, okay, wait, this might be forming a reset candle first, and then I'll get that continuation. A lot of the time that happens too. Which I can't really find an example on this one. I guess you could say that, but that's there's not really a good low there. It's actually not a good example because it's in a downtrend just altogether. But reset like this one right here, kind of busts through right here, and then this candle happens. Like, you're not wrong that it's going to keep going up. You just aren't aware that that next day might be a reset day. That's why I name it that, because it literally is like a reset. It's like, no, we're going to keep going up, but we need a big, you know, kind of volatile looking day to kind of shake some people out so we can keep going up more. Because if we're all still holding longs and everybody's still holding, you know, they can't go up anymore. Not possible. So if this doesn't keep just straight shooting up, which is very possible, by the way, it could just keep going straight to 87, 88s. I would be mindful of the reset candle, and that's why I recommend the 17th. Not a same week like that Google play, whereas Google, you're looking for just an overnight move. I might just post it like that, to be honest. I do, even though my daughter strongly disapproves of it because she worked there and has nothing good to say about it. I mean, it's Starbucks. It's coffee. It ain't... us simple-minded people, we aren't thinking about the corporation world. It's just coffee. I wasn't even going to begin to hate on it. I genuinely was curious. Are those places still kind of popping? Is it still super popular? I have to assume yes. I mean, it's freaking Starbucks. That's funny, though. That's kind of weird that she didn't like it, though, working there. To be fair, who likes where they work when it's, like, one of their first jobs, you know? I don't even blame it. Never noticed that. Yeah, reset candles are pretty big and important if you guys aren't aware of them. I've gone over them a lot in the past. They're all over the swing trading playlist and all the different playlists we have on the channel. It's not like a new topic or anything, but I only have to point it out when it's a candle like that. When it's a candle that's, yes, it should keep going up, but if it doesn't, what should you look for? They don't have good insurance. They don't take good care of their employees, and of course, they don't pay them enough. I live in Wilmington, North Carolina, and I feel like the ones here do really well. I'm honestly not surprised to hear all that about Starbucks. It's just not one of those companies where I'd be like, I feel like they do good with their employees. Like, no, they probably treat them like crap. It's whatever, though. It is Starbucks at the end of the day. But that's good to hear. They're still popping. I know the one near me is like, there's like a billion cars. But I only ask because of the different companies that have come out since then. Like Dutch Bros. I know a lot of people who like Dutch Bros. What's the other one? There's a third one. I can't remember it off the top of my head, but there's another big coffee company. But I know they're regional. It's not like all over the United States, everywhere. Everybody always goes to them. It's not like Starbucks. So I'm always curious about that. We need to honestly monitor the market share of that. If it's a holiday and I'm out of beans, I will go to Starbucks and maybe 3 to 4 times a year. Oh. So you just, how much are the beans when you go there? You just buy a whole bag? Or however you buy beans? I don't drink coffee, so I don't know the lingo. I'm sorry. I was just trying to understand. Why is this fucking song stuck in my head? I don't even remember why I have half these levels. I think I'm on the wrong chart. We'll find it eventually. Nope, we won't. Okay. Maybe I did just clear all my SPX charts. Well, in that case, let's just start over. And delete all these other ones. So I don't have 5,000 charts on this anymore. There we go. Just gonna throw some emerging candles on because I'm lazy. These candles are really easy to grab. And then I'm gonna look back at this, and I genuinely want to draw the backwards fib. Because if we do keep going up, which real quick. Okay, yeah, we're good. Drawing it backwards, it marks the same levels I need anyway, but did I say 37? I think it did. And now I can't see it. I was right. And then we'll have that. Oh wait, why did I delete that? Man, I'm tripping up right now. We don't need to mark that or delete that. So what this does, I don't know why I'm zooming in like that. What this does is mark future targets for future use in case we do keep going up in the market. I'm not just looking for invisible, you know, wholesome, like whole numbers. We're actually looking at legit levels from an actual method. And now we have kind of the same levels marked that. What is going on with my chart right now? I'm over here like trying to micromanage it just to look freaking legible. There we go. I generally want to replace this level with this level. to kind of match how we marked it on SPY. I know SPX and SPY are a little bit different due to the volatility and stuff, but I think I want to try to keep that the same, or maybe I'll just mark both. Why not? And then I was going to say that would freak me out if the halfway point of that gap matched with the close of that day. That would freak me out. All right, so I think that's good enough, honestly. I could even add the halfway points from the daily here for this day, for the downside move. But I think I'll leave it as that, honestly, and then maybe add this day's halfway point just because it's there. Honestly, don't need it. I just had to get that charted because I like to post that for the premium because some of the high rollers in there like to trade SPX. Demons, I tell you, demons. That's what reside in people who trade SPX religiously. Demons. Don't trust a demon. Oh, dude, I was like, why is our contract up $200? That's because I'm looking at the wrong week. That freaked me out for a second. I was like, dude, did they just limit down? And then even after posting those, I like to still go look at other setups just to see what's up. See if anything changed. Maybe we can run the scanner one more time. Fix that. I've been doing this because I like to match Rob Taylor in the chat. Avgo's another big chart in the tech. Yeah, tech. I wanted to say discretionary for a second. Tech. That is actually breaking under their recent major lows, I'd say. But they still have a low from a couple days ago. This will be Thursday. If this does keep continuing, which I already kind of like it under 330.90s, it does look like it has room to this. I have told people a small trick you can do. If you have like another level here, and this is the level you're looking at, you can take another fib from here to here. Maybe you're in a situation like this where you're like, I don't think it's going to go all the way down to 317 tomorrow. That's a pretty big drop. So what's something we can fairly assume? 324? I think we can all agree on that. So it's just a small little halfway point. It's not an actual level. It's just something to actually put to use instead of saying, oh, I think this will drop $12. No, I mean, come on. Or 11, sorry. But almost 12. So I think it's fair to at least put that level there just in case. But I do kind of like this Avgo for shorts. As I said that, someone posted their SPX trade in chat. Never fails. UNH inside bar is still there. AMD with a big boy wick. APH looking like it could get that test towards 118.70, maybe even into the 116.60s, 117.30s. That area between here. Yo, what's up, Maddie? Sorry, I was not paying attention for a second. What's going on, dude? Did you get cleaned up, or what's up? I don't know how we got 14 likes in here. For a super chill, I mean, I still talked a fuck ton, I'll be honest. I said I wasn't going to, and then I did. That's just because we got too many cool people in here. I couldn't even tell you the last stupid question I got. Like, I'm being dead ass too, and I genuinely mean it. It might have been over a year since I've gotten an actual stupid question. It's been really nice. I'd say 2025 was pretty chill and successful. Definitely weren't as active this year, but I'd say the people that we kept and the quality that was in here has definitely like skyrocketed. The people that are in here are genuinely just smart as fuck. Like, I think our dumbest people ask me questions like, what's like the highest priority level of, like, they're actually asking really, really good questions. Like, I'm trying to say, like, the dumbest questions are actually really good questions right now. So I've had a few of you too be like, yo, I'm sorry if this is a dumb question. And then you ask me like a really good question. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? So no, it's been pretty good. Not shit, just listening. I went through the scanners already, which actually I guess I could run it one more time just to see if we get anything new to pop up. Which I doubt we do. But we'll see. We went through the scanners for the inside bars, for the EMAs. Oh, we did get a couple new things. Or less. I don't really remember now. Oh, no, there's a couple more there. I'll spot them. Oh, I think Walmart's new, actually. I don't think Cisco was there. I don't remember some of these at the bottom being here either. I don't see anything that crazy, though. I guess I could do another scanner. Maybe I'll do that over the next, like, couple days. I'll make another one for, this one scans for things inside of EMA. And then I have, like, 4 other filters to make sure I don't get, like, crappy, shitty stocks. And then I should make another one that's, like, between the 21 and the 50. Just in case there's a setup that's, like, kind of popping off and we're missing out. But I generally don't like to look for those. I really do like to look for that, like, small timing of, like, from the 9 to the 21. Which, in this case, that's not, like, a good trade. But on a lot of other charts, you can see, like, it really does stack up. So I'm kind of looking for some that are, regardless, over or under the 8. Going towards the 21. And it needs to be off of, like, a higher low or something. Or at least be, like, a pattern. Like, there's plenty of examples we've already traded that didn't need a higher low or lower high. We just traded the first thing we saw, but it wasn't really the first thing we saw. There was probably some smaller signal we saw beforehand. I peeped your post was late on Google, so I chilled looking at this Starbucks. Did Google already move or something? What is that trade at? Okay, I guess it is up a little. Fair enough. Oh, it did just dump. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I posted it like somewhere in the middle of this candle. It was probably like around right here, but I didn't even look at the smaller time frames. I'm generally just stuck on this. I kind of like it as long as it's under this level, so that's a pretty good hard stop. And since it's a same week contract, you're probably going to end up closing that tomorrow or the next day anyway. Anything past that, and you're generally just on drugs. And honestly, holding it into Wednesday might even be considered being on drugs. I don't know if I'd consider doing that either. Those are like legit overnight setups. Like, you're in or out. You're getting out tomorrow no matter what. XOM is another one, but since it's already moved so much, it opens so low, and it's already dumped so much that you're probably, and I talked about this earlier, this is another one where you just analyze it. You know, you're probably going to see a lower open tomorrow to some extent. It'll probably dip a little bit, and then it'll probably pick back up, and you'll probably have like a hammer kind of candle sitting here. Or it does just fall through. You know, it does just follow this, which I guess fair enough. But that's the kind of mindset you should be looking at. I won't lie, this one's kind of getting me too. I was looking at the options chain, and you have to go to October 17th. But I was looking at it, and it's actually like not ass. I know the volume's not great on them, but the open interest isn't the worst. And the prices aren't the worst. The spreads are a bit wide, so that's honestly a little bit of a red flag. But that's set up pretty clean. So either way, I'm probably going to just watch this one. I'm not going to trade APH. We're already in Google. And I almost jumped in Starbucks, but I think I'm also going to wait on Starbucks. So I'm going to wait on Starbucks and APH. Alright, we're not waiting on APH, we're watching APH. The red flag kind of got me not wanting to trade it, but I still want to see how that plays out just due to, again, it kind of just following the basics of a strategy. Good little rep. This one I guess I'm watching as well. I posted this in premium, but this is another one that I think could honestly give some good trades to the downside for some short-term swings. It's just kind of, does the market allow it kind of set up. Also a little bit on the pricier side. And the reason I say that is because SPY is in a spot, like we already covered earlier in the stream, in a spot where it doesn't really have to pull back. So short-term setups aren't 100% certain right here. This is honestly a candle that doesn't really tell us anything. We got a little bit of a higher open because of the upward momentum we had going into the end of the last week. So it makes sense. And we're seeing some possible take profits, possible shorts picking up. But I would genuinely see this as taking profits first before I see it as shorts jumping in, you know. We're not that far off all-time high, so it's not like we're, you know, in a scare zone yet. And we got good triggers for that, too, in case we are in a scare zone. You know, these would be some good levels to short-term see us fail under. Okay, I could see us going towards the low of this area. Until we break this, I don't see us going lower. You know, just giving yourself even just some conditional format to tell yourself, okay, this is what I think it's going to do, this is what I think it's going to do. I got to end the stream here soon, because I have to go pick up my dog from surgery, or from recovery. Also, I really hope you guys read the context of Grass-Fed's very, very cool. I like how she put that. When price couldn't get over the open, SPY couldn't break PML, saw increasing selling volume. Like, she didn't just enter off one thing. She found like 3 things. It was like, well, I'd be stupid not to short this. Very, very, very good trade. And I honestly really love that review. I really like to push her to post her trade reviews because I know she's going to do that. Because some people, not a whole lot in our chat, will just post like, I got in here, I got out here. Okay, but what was the context? What were you doing? Why'd you think that? You know? So I really like when I see posts like this, like Grass-Fed's here in the chat right now. Because yes, it's a big gain, but she also goes over exactly why she was thinking that. I really, really like that she put those in her trade review like that at the very beginning. Because it kind of speaks more to like the thinking behind the why was I thinking this could go down. Really, really good trade review. But I gotta end the stream here soon. Thanks for the bonus stream. No problem. Thank you for tuning in. Seriously, you guys are seriously the best. And I don't know if we're gonna do these every day, but I think we should do more of these for like our swing talks, our scans, or whatever. You know, extra conversations or whatever. But yeah. Thank you guys for being here. I think I'll end it here. Thank you for liking it. You guys didn't even have to, but I appreciate it nonetheless. Thank you for tuning in and all that other stuff. And thank you all for the interactions and engagement in the chat too. That's always been really fun, but especially here recently, it seems like everyone's just kind of like on a higher level. So it feels more or less like I'm transitioning from like, yep, this is that, to it's kind of like we're all just saying that shit now. You know, we're all like, this is that. Like, we're all doing it now. And it's kind of fun because sometimes you guys point out things like sometimes Garden will post a chart at like 6 or 7 before I'm even on my screen. And it'll literally be the whole day's plan. It's like, okay, well, she's set. and I know some of you do that too on your own time or on your own time or in front of you, you know, not with the whole chat. But I do like to see the level of everybody picking up. So that's always really cool. But thank you guys again. And I'll see you guys later on. And wish my dog luck.